Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. My name is Sean Dex and I welcome you back to the Mango Grove for your daily analysis video. I hope you guys all enjoyed your weekend. I certainly did. We had a great stream together on Saturday, and hey, I really enjoyed engaging with you guys. Let's do that every weekend. And one more thing before we start, I hope you guys enjoyed your November. We're about to end November, so a lot of interesting things to talk about today. And guess what, guys, we're only 1 month away from the end of 2020. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be happy about that. Like my man Benjamin said, 2020 has been a hellish of a year, and I totally agree with him on that. But that being said, the markets has been our saving grace. Bitcoin sitting at $18,600 today. Yes, we had a bit of a shaky week, but hey, look at that, guys. We are back to where we started. Over here, the 4-day dashboard telling us that all we had to do was sit and do nothing. And I've been saying this over and over again for the longest time. Do it the Mango way. Do it the stress-free way, guys. And right over here, you're seeing this signal over here, this reversal of the trend saying, hey, time to go long, was all the way back on October 22nd. Right? It's been a month and 10 days now almost that we had to literally sit and do nothing if you want to keep your trading behavior as simple and easy as possible. All right? So yes, you can take more frequent trades. Yes, you can optimize, but there's also a likelihood that you're going to get shook out. And how many of you try to time things way too much, okay, by getting in, getting out, and lost your position, right? End up selling low, and now you're looking or getting tempted to buy back higher. So on that note, we do have a lot to talk about in today's video, so buckle up. We'll be talking about Bitcoin, we'll be talking about Ethereum, but we're going to be sticking to the higher time frames in today's video. We're essentially going to be looking at the weekly, the 4-day, and also the monthly, because hey, again, we are closing out the month, and it is a very interesting candle close. In the rest of the videos following this week, we will be taking a look at the lower time frames. In today's video, I may take a quick look at the 12-hour time frame just to give you guys an update on the trade that we have been taking over the past few days. So in fact, you know what, let's go ahead and get started with that. I'm going to switch on over to the TradingView tab right over here, and you guys can see that Bitcoin had a very interesting week last week, shooting all the way up to 19,500 and then getting all the way back down to 16,200 and having a very nice bounce now sitting at 18,500. I talked to you guys about this volatility. It was gonna come, and hey, it's here now. I hope you guys are beginning to get a glimpse into what may lie before you in the bigger numbers that Bitcoin will inevitably reach, in my opinion. That being said, let's go ahead and start off with the trading update, or rather the trade update. So what's the status of my trade? Essentially, I am in my entire Ethereum position. I haven't gotten rid of any of it. I'm looking to hold that for now. I'll give you guys an update on that as well. But for my Bitcoin position, I was scaling out ever since we started hitting around 18,150, and this morning too I did sell a little bit more at around 18,400ish, and at the moment I only have around 15 to 17% of my position left, and I'll be either looking to buy at a higher price or buy at a lower price, right? And a lot of people still struggle with that concept as to buying at a higher price. Why would you want to buy at a higher price, Sean, when you could buy lower, right? Nope, it doesn't work that way. And if you have been watching Mango for a while, you probably do understand. If you don't understand it just yet, be patient, and in time you'll begin to understand these concepts. Now, this actually does point to one of the other things I was talking about over the weekend, right? The weekend stream, in terms of trade management. Okay, so now we're going to go into a little bit of a more complex, I don't want to say complex, but we're going to kind of recap. We're going to step back a little bit. If you guys do want a more detailed analysis and a peek into my mindset in terms of trade management, I do recommend watching Friday's video as well as the weekend stream, where I discussed on Friday how I could have managed my trade entries a lot better, right? And I spotted areas of improvement for moving forward. Even though I followed my plan to the T, there were things I could have done better that I noticed, okay? And one of that was that, hey, I noticed that Ethereum was coming all the way down to I had a lot of conviction on my trade for Ethereum at $489. On the same notion, I was looking for Bitcoin at 17,200 based off the 4-day time frame, right? So we're going to go back to the 4-day time frame really quickly, and I was looking at this level over here. It's proved a very, very good level now, and I've explained my reasons why in the past videos last week, and we've gotten some really good trades off it, okay? In fact, we did hold the 17,200 level too on the weekly close. However, there was a bit of a oversight on my part, where I could have used that level and still gotten a better trade entry based on the fact that Ethereum hadn't come down to 489 just yet, while Bitcoin had come down to 17,200, right? So I was like, okay, Bitcoin's sitting at my 17,200 level. Ethereum is not there yet, not at the level I want it yet. I went ahead and got my Bitcoin position at 17,200, right? So let's say I bought my Bitcoin position over here at 17,200, okay? That's the level I bought at, 17,200. Ethereum hadn't come down to its level yet at 489. Let's go ahead and mark this out, okay? So I should have been telling myself, okay, you know what? Maybe there's something else that I could be doing with this, okay? I should have had a conditional argument in my trading plan that told me that if Ethereum, right, if you have so much conviction on that 489 trade with Ethereum, maybe you can get something a little bit greedier with Bitcoin. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the 16,200 level. Okay, I didn't get that buy-in. I bought at 17,200, but Bitcoin had a key level right over here at 16,200 on the weekly. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put a horizontal right over there. Okay, now I've already discussed this in more detail in the Friday video, and we answered a lot of questions regarding my trade management and how I'll be looking to manage that trade at 17,200 on the stream. Okay, people asked me, Wolvie specifically asked me some really good questions. I recommend you guys go ahead and watch the stream to improve your trade management, because you guys can have the best technical analysis in the world if you don't manage your trade well, okay, in terms of scaling out, getting into trades, and yeah, if your execution is shit, you're gonna trade shit, all right? Doesn't matter how well you draw lines on the chart. So I could have gotten at 16,200, but I didn't, right? I got in a position at 17,200. I'm going to go ahead and remove that horizontal for now. So my line, okay, was here. My trade was over here, 17,200. I'm going to go ahead now, mark that out, okay? And how did I manage this trade on the weekend? Essentially, quick summary, when I was asked how I'll be doing this, right, I told you guys that I'll be either, one, selling higher or getting out lower, right? It's as simple as that. Again, Bitcoin was consolidating along the 17,200 level throughout the weekend. Now there's a chance that we break towards the upside and I get a better exit, or we break towards the downside and I'm invalidated, and now I risk going into deeper losses. Over here my losses was nothing, right? Nothing. Okay, my paper losses was nothing. So I had to make the trade decision, okay, the trade-off based on whether I want to risk losing more, okay, or I want to go for the better exit. Okay, either way I was exiting. Either way I'd already decided. It doesn't matter what Bitcoin does from over here, right? I am invalidated on my trade. Okay, by the way, guys, I got invalidated by a few dollars, right? Bitcoin closed ever so slightly underneath the level I was looking at on the 4-day time frame, but it did not matter. And I want to specifically say that to you guys, because this is how you need to be trading moving forward. Okay, this is the mindset you need to have to adhere to your risk management skills. What I'm doing over here is I'm developing good trading habits. Okay, my mindset is automatically gearing myself into saying, hey, nope, this is how you're going to do it, and you're going to constantly, repeatedly do it no matter what. If Bitcoin goes from here to like freaking 30,000, it doesn't matter. I feel good regardless, because I followed my risk management rules. Okay, I said I'm going to get out. I had a criteria based on what I'm going to be getting out at. If we break lower, we had a 4-hour symmetrical triangle. Okay, if you guys go over here and look at that, we had a 4-hour symmetrical triangle or ascending triangle. It was asymmetrical on the 1 hour, I believe. If we broke that towards the downside, I was going to get out. As long as we were holding that and it was looking good, I was going to stay in and look for the better exit. And now I can reevaluate if I want to get back into my position. Okay. As for Ethereum, however, my trade is still intact, right? I got in at 489. I longed the hell out of that. That was the conviction trade I took, and it's looking really, really good. So I have no reason to be getting out of that until I see the signs for the trend ending. As for Bitcoin, now I have to reevaluate, regardless of how things have panned out. Okay. Regardless of how things panned out, that trade needs to go because it's invalidated, and I can take a brand new trade now. And that's really important, guys. Even you psychologically closing out the trade, okay, and then re-entering a brand new trade helps. Even if it's at the same freaking minute, even if it's within the same 30 minutes, you having a clear head, stepping away and coming in with a brand new trading idea, trading plan is good enough. But you follow your rules, follow your goddamn risk management rules, and get out of the trade if you got invalidated, no matter what you think. Okay, no matter what you think. Okay, unless before your trade you planned out certain criteria that if this, then that, blah, 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 right? But you cannot be changing your plan once the trade has started. And you guys are seeing that over here. Even though I noticed that I could have planned better, and I told you guys what I could have done in terms of 16,200 level, blah, 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 it did not matter. I still got out, okay? Now, okay, enough of that rant. I hope that was useful for you guys. Not a lot of people talk about this, right? Nobody talks about trading management on YouTube. Everybody's just talking about, oh, we're going to go here, we're going to go there. It doesn't help as much, guys. All of this stuff is key. All right, so you know what? I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the 4-hour time frame real quickly, just for educational purposes, to show you guys how I was managing that trade, right? And by the way, Florian from the Mango C program, this may kind of give you an idea how in the future you may want to be looking at your trades in terms of your exits, right? Because the question you posted in the Mango lessons channel on the Discord is very similar to the situation I had to deal with, right? But that being said, these kind of things you may want to wait for when a little bit more advanced. So this is going to help both of you guys, those of you on YouTube as well as those of you who are using the Mango risk management techniques, the tool sheets and the indicator. If you guys remember, I was looking at this level right over here around 17,200 for the entirety of the weekend. We were pretty much consolidating against it, and this was the level based on what I took my trade, right? So I had two options. I could have simply exited, okay, and been like, okay, cool, you know what, I want to exit my trade, and if we retake this on the next 4-day candle close or on the next weekly close, I'll simply enter over here again. That's completely fine, okay? So this is a brand new trade when you do that. That's one option. The next option is to say, okay, you know what, we are doing something a little bit special over here, because I do have a level over here on the weekly time frame, okay, 17,000 or rather 16,200 that we are bouncing against, okay. Number two, my risk management, especially if you guys are using the risk management indicator, the risk management tool sheet, you guys should have your trade should be allowing for a further move towards the downside without getting too hurt, right? It should have already been accounted for, a further move towards the downside, and you'd have been fine, okay? So as long as you're willing for that, okay, and that's really key, guys, for those of you watching on YouTube, as long as you are willing for the trade to move against you more, you should be okay then to take this as a, I don't say risk, this trade-off. I was making a trade-off. Basically, I was saying I am willing for this to come down a little bit more for the chance that we break this towards the upside and we retest around 18,200. And throughout the weekend, I was talking about how I'm just going to remain calm. I'm just going to do nothing. I'm just going to be stress-free, enjoy music with you guys, not panic, not sell, and I'll be looking for a better exit if I do get it. If not, I'll just manage my risk based on us taking out these lows over here or this low over here, right? Now, guess what? It actually panned out really, really well for us, and it pumped towards the upside. And this trade that was invalidated, we were still able to get out in more than $1,000 profit per Bitcoin that you are trading, right? So this is how just having a stress-free mindset, guys, can keep you from taking losses that you don't need to take losses. And hey, you can turn a bad trade into a profitable trade, right? And this is, again, the stress-free mindset is not only about enjoying stress-free profits. It's really easy to enjoy profits. It's really easy to be stress-free while enjoying profits. It's also about being stress-free during this. And That's what the mango way is about. Okay, it's about just mechanically following your rules, okay, during these periods, and your rules being able to account for this, and you know that, hey, you will be fine in the long run. Do not personalize each trade, because if this went bad for me, would I have been bankrupt? Would I have been broke? No. My risk management is already allowing for this to happen. Okay, and I would be fine. Okay, I bought 17,200. Price came all the way down to 16,200. That's a $1,000 move, right? Nominal, that sounds so scary. $1,000 away from your entry. Oh my God. But guys, we were talking about how this was something like this is going to happen all the way back around $10,000. I said, guys, get ready, because there's going to be times now with Bitcoin in the future where barely a couple of percent moves is going to be thousands of dollars. And are you guys going to be ready for that? And it seems like many of you who were PMing me and anxious and worried were not ready for that, even though we've been talking about it and trying to get you guys mentally ready for it. Now, in the future, it's going to be even worse. I don't say worse. It's going to be even more drastic nominally, where a few percent, maybe tens of thousands of dollars, right? So get ready, guys. Get ready, because don't let these nominal values affect you. So what do I do? As soon as we saw this break towards the upside, we had a few conditions that we discussed on the stream. I suggest you guys go ahead and watch it. I don't want to go through all of that again, but essentially we said that if we take out this high over here, man, this is getting messy. Let me go ahead and clear it up. We basically only want to see the 10K. Okay, we don't want the 21 EMA. We don't need anything else. We don't need this either. Okay, cool. We looked at the 10 SMA too, but I'll let you guys go ahead and watch that on the video on Friday. But what did we talk about? We said if we take out this high over here, we're likely going to go ahead and test the Tenkin, right? Boom. And that's exactly what we did. We not only took out the high, but we closed over the 21 EMA. And this Tenkin trade was a very, very obvious trade. What happened right after? Got the retest of the 21 EMA. And boom, shot on over to the upside. And this, by the way, was another trade on its own, because it's also lined up with the 12-hour dynamic. Let me go ahead and show that to you guys really quickly. Remember what we were looking for? We said that if the 12-hour retakes the dynamic, things are going to start looking good again, and that's a trade opportunity if you want it, especially a range trade right from here to here, right? Go ahead and mark a horizontal for you guys. Right, you can use the dynamic not only as a trend indicator, but also as a support and resistance volatility trade as well. And that's how it's been designed, especially when it turns purple over here. That's when it goes into consolidation, and you can look for your range trades for those of you who are interested. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and clear this out now, because I really do want to focus only on the high time frames of Bitcoin. I'm going to go back on over to the weekly, guys. We rambled way too much. We went way off topic. Weekly. Well, let's go ahead and mark out our major levels. Essentially, we're looking at two key levels. The candle close over here. Let me mark this as a weekly template. Okay, so weekly level around 19,550-ish towards the upside. Towards the downside, we talked about this. It was our 16,200 level. We tested the downside. We tested the upside on our last candle. Put in a pretty much an indecision candle, right? Close red, however, right? Close red. So now this is where we can talk a little bit about what Wolvie talked about in the chat today in the morning. So yes, you're right. Okay, this is not the prettiest of the candles, but it's not the worst of candles either. That being said, it's completely fine to sit back and say, I want more information, and I am going to be playing this cautiously until I do get more information. Me, I'm looking to either buy lower or buy higher. Where higher? Well, if we clear out these candle closes around 18,500 on a weekly time frame, I'll start getting very, very interested, especially if we clear out the 19,500 weekly close level all the way from the bull market. What was the exact number? Let me go ahead and find it for you guys. It's 19,378. All right, so more like 19,400, guys. If we can close a weekly above 19,400 and take out the high of the bull market as well, that's it for me. That's where I'm going to be looking to be a buyer. So I'd rather buy higher than buy over here. Okay, I'm completely fine letting Bitcoin do what it wants to over here. Remember, guys, I am still in my spot position. Even our trading accounts that we use for margin are in Bitcoin, right? The underlying is in Bitcoin. Your collateral is in Bitcoin. There's no reason to be getting FOMO, right? No reason to FOMO and chase trades, because you end up losing Bitcoin. But if Bitcoin wants to go up and you're not in a trade, you're making money anyways, because your collateral is all in Bitcoin. Your spot position is all in Bitcoin. Do not FOMO in a bull market. be calm, do it mango, do it the stress-free way. So this is the weekly, this is what you guys want to be looking at. The monthly, we're going to discuss some more in tomorrow's video. I'm going to look at it quickly here because, hey, we are closing it tomorrow, but I don't want to spend too much time because I rambled way too much today. And we have to discuss Ethereum. So I'm going to go ahead and mark our key monthly level right over here, guys. We talked about this far too much already, so you guys should be very aware of it. This retest of it, we already got around 14,200 on the run all the way from 2019, from 3K to 14K. This was a massive win for us, right? Both these wins, boom and boom. Okay, those are two big account changing wins for me. Now Bitcoin is looking like it wants to close above it and confirm above it. In 15 hours we are going to be closing this month. So regardless, okay, no matter how you cut it, this is going to be a great freaking monthly close, unless in 15 hours Bitcoin does something drastic. What the market has told us is that it's willing now to accept a new monthly high for Bitcoin. Bitcoin has never ever closed above around 14,000 on a monthly basis, and now it's doing that with conviction. So what is likely going to happen from here? We're going to talk about this more in tomorrow's video, but I wouldn't be too surprised if we see a move all the way down to 14,000. I've talked about how I would be looking to be a buyer at this level. This is also going to line up with key levels on the lower time frames, right? Lower than the monthly, so relatively lower, that I'll be talking about in tomorrow's video. So stay tuned for that monthly open video. The month of December, my favorite month, Christmas month. Hey, stay tuned for tomorrow's video. It's going to be an interesting one, but the key levels over here, guys, again, 14,200 towards the downside, and towards the upside, we're looking at around 20,000, right? The high over here, what was the high again? Around 19,891. So if we take out the high, I wonder if we ever get that retest of 14,200, but you can't ever ignore it because it is the key level towards the downside on the monthly that you should be eyeing. Okay, we do have another level over here. It should not be ignored. Yeah, we already talked about this level though, 17,200 on the weekly, on the 4-day, as well as on the monthly level. You can see it all over there, but you can go ahead and mark out the mid of this. I'm just interested in doing this, so you guys don't need to do this. What am I doing? Okay, right over there. The mid, what's the mid? Is the mid right there? The mid is right there too. Okay, the mid is at around 17,200 as well. So that's going to be really, really interesting to watch now if we do get another retest of 17,200. But hey, we'll take it one step at a time. That is Bitcoin, guys. Do we want to look at anything on the lower time frames? Nope, we'll keep that for tomorrow. I've already spent way too much time on Bitcoin. Let's move on over to Ethereum. That trade is going fantastic. And here we have Ethereum on the weekly time frame. So in today's video, we're going to be sticking to the weekly and the monthly for the most part, right? In tomorrow's video, I'll do a more dedicated video on Ethereum where we'll talk about the lower time frames. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. There are a few interesting things going on over here on Ethereum, even on the lower time frames. So we may take a glimpse. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the horizontal lines that we've been drawing for months now, and Ethereum following them to the T. So the key level that we've been eyeing now for a few weeks was this 489 level. I've been harping about it over and over and over again, especially after we cleared this 433 level right over here, right? This was the previous level. Before 489, this was the level I was concerned about, and as soon as we cleared this, I waited for the retest. It didn't take that long, right? We got the retest, we added that with conviction, and after that we were looking at 489, 490-ish. We up thrust through it, got the conviction move that we were looking for, right? We knew this was going to happen. Ethereum is volatile, but we were patient. Okay, there were two key levels. We're looking for 555-ish as a major level and 489. Now, I wasn't too keen about buying 555. I would have bought 555 if we got two candle closes above it. We did not have that just yet. I was being patient and patient and patient for 489 because, like I've talked about it to you guys in the past, Ethereum can be extremely surprising, extremely generous for those who are patient, and I've been on the receiving end of not being patient when pertaining to Ethereum, right? And you get rewarded for being patient, and we were patient, we got rewarded. 489 should have been just as patient with Bitcoin, would have probably got that nice big long at 16,200. I did, by the way, take a range trade on a Bitcoin at around 16,400, but nothing close to what I could have got out of that win if I'd been just as patient with the Ethereum trade. So learn from my mistakes. So that being said, 489 was the key level, right? But so was 555. But for us, 555 wouldn't be as important unless, or rather, until we closed and confirmed above it. And now we got that. And what do you know? In Ethereum fashion, usual Ethereum fashion, we got the retest of 489 too. So in this candle, we pretty much did it all. We confirmed the 555 as being a key level by closing above it. This weekly candle close was amazing. We also got the retest of the 489 level. So we had a fantastic weekly close on Ethereum, and I would argue that it was a better close than even Bitcoin got, right? Because the candle close was higher than the previous candle close. Bitcoin's candle close on the weekly closed red. Ethereum's closed green. Furthermore, you guys can see that I have a horizontal ray over here, right? That's coming in from the lower time frames, and I believe Ethereum actually closed above it. If you zoom in, it doesn't look like it, but right over here, we closed above it, and this is the 4-hour level, guys. I'll go ahead and show it to you guys in a bit. But look at that, the weekly is currently using it as support, right? Now, again, the weekly has just started. I'd like to see if the next week closes above this level. That's going to be really bullish, but I'm going to show you guys where I got this level from. Right over here on the 4-hour, it was essentially from this break, right, that led to this upthrust over here. We came down, broke it, retested it, drove down to our 489 level. Now it looks like we're using it as support. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. I don't have too much conviction on this level, by the way, around 575. I'd rather play the 555 level if I was looking to add to my Ethereum trade, but I don't think I'll be adding to my Ethereum trade on any moves towards the downside. I'll only be adding if we do start breaking levels towards the upside. So essentially any dips, I will not be buying. Very, very unlikely at the very least. I'll have to think about it. I have to plan it before it happens. If it happens without me planning it, I will not be buying it. I will be buying if we do go higher. That is for sure. I'm very happy with my current Ethereum position, and I'll be happy to buy higher. So where would I be looking to be a buyer? Essentially, we start closing 12-hour candles above this level over here, right? I want to see 2 4-hour candles or one nice 12-hour candle above 614. Then we can start looking much, much higher. And where will we be looking? And by the way, guys, this is why I like looking at the weekly. Those of you who want to keep looking at the lower time frames, you guys miss out on the big moves that we've been catching. Remember, we've been building our Ethereum trade all the way from over here. Okay, remember our first big buy was around 309. It came from this horizontal, right? We started accumulating over here. Also the Mango dynamic, I discussed this. Then again, we kept getting more and more bullish as we started progressing towards the upside, and I kept building my position higher and higher. Now, if we do what I just talked about in terms of the lower time frames, the 12-hour closing, making a new high over the 4-hour structure, I'll be looking towards these levels all the way here, guys, all the way up to 800. Yes, we have the middle range coming in somewhere around 666. We talked about that too. We already made it all the way up to 620. So 666 test is not far away at all. So eventually, I'm looking for Ethereum getting up to 800. If we start closing candles above 800, then the next target is somewhere around this zone here, around 920 to around 980-ish. So around a $1,000 target after, or rather up to $1,000 after the $800 mark. And then after that, hey, things are getting really volatile for Ethereum up to 1,350-ish, right? So we talked about all this. We've been building this position slowly and surely. Remember, the big first clue was the Ichimoku. Haha, that rhymed. I love it. And right over here, entering the cloud, but it wasn't good enough. As soon as we cleared this level over here, as well as the 200 moving average, we got our edge-to-edge trade, cloud flipping green as well. You guys know what to look for. Again, for those of you who are on the CA program, the Ichimoku module was released a month ago, right? Just a month ago. So if you did miss that announcement, please go ahead and watch that module. I put a lot of love and effort into that one of my best ones yet, apparently, from what people are telling me. So yeah, this has become really messy, the chart over here. Let's go ahead and wrap up with a clean chart. I'll turn off the horizontals. So we'll take a look at the Mango dynamic on the weekly as well as the daily, I guess, just to keep things easy for now. Mango dynamic, again, weekly looking great. We had an accumulation opportunity right over here. Again, blue dot has always been the buy opportunity. Cleared it, retest, boom, up thrust, trending. It's That's all you can do. So on the weekly, right, you have to make less decisions because you have to wait for the weekly to close before any decision, and pretty much have to do nothing for weeks now if you are following this. And we've been showing this, so there's no reason to say, hey, but I don't have access to it. So let's go ahead and show the daily now and wrap this video up. I'm getting really tired. So again, the daily, you did have your retest of this level over here. We talked about this in the live stream, but then we cleared it, right? This was a horizontal flip, your support and resistance flip right over there. Cleared it, tested the blue dot, got the retest. That was your opportunity to buy if you were looking to. I did not. 533. I got in at around 489. I was really, really happy with it, right? And again, this is another example of you don't need to trade only one thing. You can trade holistically, and we got a better buy at 489. If I'd missed this buy over here, yes, I would have been looking to take this one over there. So with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tomorrow's video will include our more detailed analysis on the lower time frames, at least for Ethereum. Oh, for Ethereum, I have to look at the monthly too tomorrow. Okay, quick look at Ethereum on the monthly. Remember, we got bullish based off this candle close right over here. Okay, the month of July closed above this horizontal at around 289. That's when we were looking for our buys, and that's why we bought at around 309 when we got that dip. When we got that dip and everybody was scared, we bought. Why? Because the monthly gave us our bullish buys, and now it looks like we are continuing. I will be continuing this analysis on the monthly in tomorrow's video. This video got far too long. Lots of exciting things to come, guys. Things are looking great. Don't let your emotions get the better of you. Do it the mango way. Do it the stress-free way. I'll see you guys in the chat rooms. Join our brand new Discord room. I'll see you guys there. Bye.